Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our basic budgeting series, episode 2. It's all about tracking your spending. Let's get started and talk about that. To be totally frank with you guys, except for groceries, I do not track all my spending. I know many frugal folks do, and they may keep a spreadsheet or an app or a notebook and they write down every penny they spend. I think that can be fabulous, especially if you are starting out. Maybe you want to pay debt or you have a financial goal, and maybe you go thrift store shopping and you come down and you write down shirt, $4, book, $2, and you track everything, and then you analyze it each month to see where your money is going. I think it can be great. I'm going to just primarily tell you what I am doing, and each person is different. One of the things that I do track, and I think there's been a few years where I haven't, but I usually have for, I think since 2012, I've been tracking how much I spend on groceries. I've actually saved several of the spreadsheets. So what I like to do is compare how I did last year. I give myself, last year I did a $450 a month budget, this year $425, and I track how much I spend on groceries and I put it on a spreadsheet. If any of you are interested in having a spreadsheet on tracking on groceries, go ahead and send me an email and I'll send you one over to you. You can actually save it from year to year. So it's one you can use every year. So that is one thing I do. I do track how much I spend on groceries because that is the one area that I tend to overspend. I've been doing really well, but honestly right now I kind of feel like that's the only area that I tend to really overspend. So I track what I spend on the groceries. Number 2, and I'm going to kind of put these together, I check my bank accounts and my bills and to see how much I'm having taken out of my accounts and what is going on with my bank accounts. Also with my bills, many people automate them and they may not look at them. I check over my bills to see, are there any mistakes? So it's something that I'm very aware of, and I keep track of my accounts and my bills Monday through Friday. So that really does help me to keep organized. Last but not least, number 3, I do the cash envelope system. I've been doing it about 5 years. I really like it. Once the cash is gone, it is gone. And there are times that I have run out of cash. And I will say that I do something with the cash envelope system that most people don't do that do have the cash envelope system. If I, for example, have an entertainment budget of $30 and I end up wanting to spend $40, a lot of times if I have leftover money from another envelope, then I take from that envelope. And I really don't feel bad about it as long as I don't go underneath it. So once the cash is gone from my complete envelope system, that is it. Then I have to wait until I get my paycheck and then go from there. I do pretty well. I can only think of maybe twice where I've run out of money in the last 5 years. Usually I have a little left over. And now I'm doing a thing where I get to spend that how I would like to spend it. So that's kind of how I track. I do want to say this. If somebody is wanting to pay off debt or wanting to save, and they're just not sure where all their money is going, or they feel like they may struggle with spending too much in a certain area, even if you don't track all your spending, but let's say you go out to eat a lot, and you're like, I'm not sure how much I'm spending on going out to eat. Just track your spending in that area, just that area. That way you keep it simple for yourself and see after the end of the month, hey, you know what? I spent $225. You know what? I'm not going to cut all my going out to eat, but I really want to pay off this credit card, so I'm going to allow myself $100 a month for restaurant eating. That would be an example. So right now I'm just tracking my groceries, which is working well for me. If I feel like I have an area where I'm overspending on, then I may revisit that another time. Right now for 2022, I'm all about simplicity and making my life simple. Because if all I'm doing is tracking money and budgeting and filling out spreadsheets, and I tried the whole spreadsheet thing, for me, it was time consuming. But you do you, I'll do me. This is why we call it personal finance. I like to keep things simple. Let me know, do you guys track every penny you spend? I'd like to know from you in the comments below, because the more engagement we have in the comments and the more ideas, I think that way we can all learn from one another. So that's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on next Monday's video on this topic. Bye-bye.